Let's go ahead and call our meeting to order. We're going to have the invocation by the Honorable David Kugel and the pledge by the Honorable Jimmy Strickland.
Lord Jesus, thank you for another beautiful day in St. Tammany. Thank you for everything you have given us and what you will give us. Just pray, keep us safe, protect us, give us wisdom in how we handle the people's business, and bless us in all things. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Rowland?
Here.
Ms. Casabon? Ms. Seiden?
Here.
Mr. Phillips?
Here.
Ms. Tanner?
Here.
Mr. Impastato?
Here.
Mr. Burke?
Here.
Mr. Kugel?
Here.
Ms. O'Brien?
Here.
Mr. Loughlin?
Here.
Mr. Bender? Mr. Corbin?
Here.
And Mr. Strickland.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, public comment. A 3-minute time limit is established for each member of the public wishing to speak for or against an item on the agenda, except appeals. You must submit the comment card prior to the commencement of discussion on the agenda item if you would like to speak on that item. Comment cards are over here this time, on the right side of the left-facing side of the council chambers. To ensure that all speakers are heard, please hold cheers and applause. Anyone who wishes to place a comment in the record but who does not wish to speak at the podium may fill out a speaker card and check the box indicating they do not wish to speak. Okay, we have a couple of special items tonight. Number one is ordinance calendar number 7963, ordinance to adopt the 2026 operating budget. Ms. Tanner.
Okay. We have an amendment on this one for operating. There's, and I'd like to explain some of the things and why we did it. First of all, I'd like to thank Annie and Mary for working with me on Sunday to get this together. Annie, thank you. You're awesome. Mary, thank you. We did a lot of texts and emails and calls, but I think hopefully we've got it done. There's, as I said before, in 2027 on, we're probably going to be facing in general fund at least a $20 million budget deficit. How we're going to handle that at this time, I'll be honest, I haven't a clue. We do a lot of cost allocations, and although money may be taken from a different department, for something, if it's cost allocated, you may take $100,000 from a certain department, but that doesn't mean that $100,000 goes to general fund. There's only a portion or percentage of that that will hit general fund once it's reallocated. Also, in this amendment, we have added on the capital side, which would be the next one, we've added $5.2 million in projects for the districts. I think every district had maybe a priority or something, and those ranges around 500,000 or less. I think there was 2 districts, Mr. Rowland and Ms. Seiden. I think all of your priorities was met, so there's no adjustments there. Thank y'all for being so kind as to say, okay, we'll do that. And all. The other thing I want to mention is kind of tough. We took out the merit and COLA increases this year. I know that's going to hit the employees hard, but the problem was we do not know what our insurance cost is going to be. About April, I think we will find out. Annie, is that correct, or somewhere around there? A little before that. So I talked to some of the councilmen. I don't think it's a good practice. We're going to give you a raise, and then in April we're going to come back and say, oh, we not only need that raise back to pay your insurance part, we're going to take more of your salary. So we will revisit that once we get the insurance and have recommendations from administration as how we can handle. We expect the insurance to go up. As you know, health insurance is going up every year. So we expect that to go up. So that's why, unfortunately, the employees are not going to see that in our amendment, okay? I would like to revisit it, like I say, as soon as we get some health insurance figures, whether or not we can handle both, either one, or how we do it, I can't answer that at this time. So my amendment will show the COLA and the merit coming out of each budget, which will be probably about $1 million. We are also taking $600,000 from Safe Haven. That's out of the general fund. Safe Haven will still have funds for rent and grants, but we cannot afford Safe Haven and general fund any longer. We are mandated by the statutes. The clerk is asking for $244,000 in new equipment, computers. That is being put in there. That takes part of that. We are also putting in about $356,000 in litigation that will not be covered by our insurance. That's on a zoning and also with an entity that has filed suit against us. We are removing from the council office $50,000 in legal services or professional services. That was put in there when this budget was done. It was in July. Starting in July, we didn't know the situation, if we would have an attorney or not. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Justin, for being part of that, and we can take this out of that amendment. We're also removing the vehicle from the CAO office for $120,000. And we are removing from environmental services the study of $450,000 for the sewer study. We have not really received the water study. Don't know what we're going to do with it. Don't see the need in going out and doing another professional contract when we haven't got one back yet. That can always be amended. We're taking $125,000 from the fairgrounds for the master plan. Am I missing anything, Annie, on the operational? Because I know capital, we have some things. Am I missing anything?
We did, as part of the Safe Haven budget, since we reduced the expenditures, since we reduced the amount coming in from the general fund, we had to reduce the expenditures, and so we're going to have to plan for a major shutdown of the campus, and we've reduced expenditures accordingly. We also had to remove from the expenditure budget and the capital budget the purchases of lawnmowers, an air handler unit, and the retention pond irrigation as a result of not having the funding there. We reduced from the fairgrounds building budget $60,000 for the roof replacement, and we're transferring those funds to Safe Haven to help cover the operational needs that we will have. And then for the lighting districts and some of the building budgets, we went ahead and increased the expenditure budget there based on the increases we were seeing in the electricity that we amended earlier, just a couple of months ago in the budgets we did earlier this year.
Okay, so if any councilman has questions or comment.
I'm sorry. Mr. Phillips?
So I can make an amendment to your amendment. I'd like to put a hiring freeze on, amend it to have a hiring freeze at this time also.
Legal? Would you like to turn your microphone on?
I'm not certain that amendment is germane to the budgetary issue. There may be another avenue for that, Councilmember Phillips. Also, just to explain and make certain the council is aware of the Roberts Rules process of order for amending these types of motions. We have a motion to amend that's been posited by Ms. Tanner. You start getting very messy when you do amendments of amendments, you can only have one amendment to an amendment pending at any given time before the amendment needs to be voted on, and then there can be a subsequent motion to amend the amended item.
Okay.
But if that's something we want to pursue, we can defer that and do it later.
Can I ask you a question on it now then? If it's in the budget, a lot of empty positions right now, is that able to freeze those, right?
If there are unfilled, I would honestly, I would have to look into that, Councilman Phillips, just to make certain.
So you want to take my amendment first?
Hold on, Ms. Tanner. Hit your light.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to take my amendment first and then build on it?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We have, let me go to Mr. Laughlin first, President Cooper. He was in the queue first, and I'll go right to you. Mr. Laughlin?
Yeah, I will second Ms. Tanner's amendment, and just so we can move along.
And just to confirm, before we go to President Cooper, I have another small capital amendment. We don't want to amend the existing one. We just rather introduce it separately. Is that your suggestion?
That's going to be an amendment to the cap. We're on the operating budget.
Okay, gotcha. President Cooper.
Thank you. With regards to Councilman Phillips' recommendation, we have already discussed that from the administrative side with regard to what we're going to do with regard to possibly what positions to be frozen from rehiring. We're reviewing that right now. We talked about it last week, talked about it earlier today. I thank you for bringing that up, but we will handle that on the administrative side.
Thank you very much, President Cooper. So we have a motion and I'm sorry, we do have some questions. We have a motion and a second, but we have some questions. First is Mr. Uhak. Do you have him?
Mr. Henderson didn't indicate which item he actually wanted to speak on.
Okay. Mr. Uhak, state your name. You have 3 minutes, sir. Oh, we can't hear Mr. Uhak, actually. Mr. Henderson? I'm sure. Turn what mic? Staff one, you got it.
Press it again, Ash.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. My name is Glenn. I'm a mechanical engineer by education, over 12 years professional experience responsible for critical infrastructure program delivery. There's a few items I wanted to call out in the operating budget. Starting with the Public Works Fund, the transfer to municipalities, the district attorneys, the civil division, line item, culture, recreation, tourism fund, the parish coroner's fund. There was a law enforcement witness fund, the St. Tammany Parish Government Coop Drive Administrative Complex Fund, and then the utility operations fund. All these foregoing 2026 operating budget funds or line items, I observe that they include total of around almost $41 million in cash or cash equivalents, where I observe that these funds they include substantial beginning and ending balance of the funds after expenses are deducted. They include substantial discretionary or non-essential scope would be my argument, and then also there's non-substantial total expenses in some of those. I say all that to say this: if circumstances are dire, like my understanding Mr. Sims and others had communicated in the council meeting, parish council meeting on November 6th, I'd move that the council members and associated stakeholders immediately take necessary steps to lawfully reallocate the cash or cash equivalents from those foregoing operating budget funds or line items to the necessary funding shortfalls related to the criminal justice system and the district attorney excluding the civil division DA. I'll pause there for any questions, but I thank you for your time and attention.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, would you like to address those questions? I didn't remember what fund specifically Mr. Uhak was talking about. You got it.
The Public Works Fund, transfer to municipalities, tax sharing agreements, general expenditures, the District Attorney Civil Division, Culture, Recreation, Tourism, the Parish Coroner's Fund, Law Enforcement Witness Fund, the Parish Government Coop Drive Administrative Complex Fund, and then the Utility Operations Fund. Cumulative amounts totaling almost $41 million in cash or cash equivalents.
Thank you for clarifying, Mr. Uhak. Annie? Ms. Perkins?
So some of these, if you want to, as he said, lawfully reallocate the funds, you would need to go back to the taxpayers in order to have them vote on reallocating those funds. Public Works, you cannot do that without a vote of the people. The CRT fund is funded by hotel motel taxes at the state, so that would require the state something with the legislation to take place. Coroner is fund balances based on a tax of the that was voted on by the people. That cannot be reallocated. Those are residual funds. The law enforcement fund is based on state law. And those are fees that are collected by the court systems. That is very specific based on that, so that would also require something to be done legislatively. The DA funds, I'm not sure why that's part of this conversation, because the DA would be already getting part of the funds. What else? Utilities. That is money that is necessary to keep the utilities fund in operation and business. As we've discussed previously, we need that money for capital improvements to the system and to keep the system operational and functioning. I'm not sure which other funds he mentioned.
I think that covered it all.
Okay.
Pretty much all dedicated funds, Mr. Uhak. You have 51 seconds if you'd like to have any other questions or...
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you for the response there. I guess I'd still, I hear what you're saying regarding, what those funds are dedicated to right now. Considering it's almost $41 million in cash or cash equivalents, where a lot of that is still carried in ending balances, where my understanding that would be ending balances at the end of 2026. It seems like there's a lot of opportunity there to reallocate that money to funding shortfalls in the DA or justice system. So I'd ask for consideration to pursue lawful avenues to reallocate those funds like that. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Uhak. Next, we have Mr. Henderson. Did you want to speak on the operating budget or the capital budget?
Operating.
Come on up. You have 3 minutes. Please state your name, sir.
Michael Henderson. The minimum fund balance is tied into the budget, which has a big effect on the amount of resources in the general fund. I believe that the Department of Finance has an overly cautious view of the minimum fund balance. If you look at my 10-year analysis, during the COVID years and the Hurricane Ida year, the parish still revenues exceeded expenditures. And I know it was a difficult time, but we seemed to pull through that without, having major catastrophes to the parish operations. So with public safety being the main thing, criminal justice system being the main thing that's being cut from the requested amounts, and even in some cases maybe not equivalent to the 2025 year, seems to me that public safety and criminal justice may be more important than streets and highways and culture and recreation and lighting and potholes in the roads or what have you. So I would think it's a critical time, and we need to take critical action and to change the minimum fund balance reserve for ad valorem from 1 year to 3 months in the general fund would immediately free up $5.6 million that could be reallocated to the state mandated funds and help the criminal justice system. You also have unrestricted assets or fund balance in environmental services and internal service funds, where the way I read it, everything is reserved for repair and maintenance, and some of that is cost allocation, the expenses. So there's several $1 million there that could be reallocated with the change in the minimum fund balance policy. So as I said before, I think it's time to take a hard look at that and look fund by fund, what is the real exposure. Ad valorem taxes, I just got my bill, it's November. They'll be collected by December 1. You'll see them in January, February, March. That's not hurricane season. That's not flooding season. It's almost guaranteed you're going to get all that money. It'll be available at the beginning of the year, just like last year's was the beginning of this year, and was able to fund all your fund balance throughout the year. So I don't think circumstances are as dire as they are if you just take a relook at the minimum fund balance policy and not be so cautious about imagined disasters. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Henderson. Ms. Tanner?
Okay, comment on that, and then I'll let Annie comment. So you've got to understand that what we're collecting this year, or beginning to collect in December through March, is really for this budget year we are now in 2025. The reason we keep the minimum or the balance we do in general fund especially is because we do not get that money until the end of the year, and we need a cash flow. I think Annie has pretty well, we have asked her, and she has went down to the bare minimum on some of these funds. They're dedicated monies. They cannot be moved by either, it has to be a legislative act or a vote of the people. So, Annie, I'll let you respond now to kind of continue with what I said.
Yes, that is correct. And that's what all of our minimum fund balances are really based on, is that cash flow analysis of when are we going to collect the cash. So for ad valorem based funds like the general fund, we reserve 1 year's worth of ad valorem because we will not collect it until the year is closed, basically. So for 2025, we budgeted to collect, I'm making a number close to what the budget is, $7.5 million, and we will not get the cash for that until 2026. So we budgeted, just like you said, Ms. Tanner, revenue for that, but the cash doesn't come in until a whole year later. So that's why we need the money. In addition, the general fund is the only fund that we can actually borrow money from other funds. So if another fund needs cash, we would need to borrow that from the general fund, and that's the only place that we can take it from. So a lot of, another thing that we use the minimum fund balance policy for is to reserve for things like grant reimbursables, because we have a number of grants, thankfully, that help support our programs and projects, and most of the grants that we receive are cash flow basis, and that we have to spend the funds before we can get reimbursed for them. And so we upfront those expenditures with the money from the general fund, and so that's another reason that we have to have the minimum cash there. And we did do a cash analysis earlier in the year, month by month, to see what that cash flow is. And so you can't look at the cash on December 31st and say, oh, well, this is all you need, because you have to look at all of the periods throughout the year, because it's really what is your lowest point during the year, because that's the day that you need the cash. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Perkins. Mr. Laughlin?
Annie, I'm going to ask you, I think, for the third time. So last year, we already made you and Leslie reduce the fund balances below your level of comfort. So would you say we're at the lowest we can maintain them?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second on a group of amendments. Any other discussion? Please vote on the amendments.
The motion is unanimous with 2 absent.
Any other discussion? Okay, next, okay, we have to do a,
Anything else for the operating budget?
Yeah, so I have an amendment.
by all means, turn on your light. No, we will have to introduce the ordinance, but we'll wait till we get all the amendments and then introduce it with all the amendments.
Mr. Chair, I have y'all have on your desk a revised amendment to the operating budget where I propose the following changes, and I'll just put them in summary. A reduction in the general fund of $363,611.94, which would be a reduction in the parish president's office, the chief administrative office, finance, grants, and procurement. In the public works fund, an additional reduction of $130,000, and in the utility operating fund, $116,354.52, and then in the development fund, a reduction of $22,000. This represents, like I said earlier, a return to the general fund of $363,611 and an overall savings of $515,611.
Okay, Mr. Kugel?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I support Mr. Laughlin's amendment. One of the things we regularly hear from the public is we need to tighten our belts, and we need to reduce costs and shrink government. And I mean, I think we're at a situation and a point, as Ms. Cheryl mentioned. I mean, we're looking at a real problem coming up, and even right now, we're already having to reduce the public safety's budget by 30%. So the more, in my view is, the more money we can get for the general fund to be able to support public safety and other priorities, I'm absolutely on board with that. And like I said, just overwhelmingly, even back to the rededication, which barely lost, what I heard from people is we need to cut costs and reduce government. And the discussion regularly comes up about how little control we actually have over the budget when it comes to the general fund, which is accurate because there's so many dedicated millages and such, but what we do have control over is things like this. And so I think we have to demonstrate to the public that we are serious about cutting costs and reducing the size of government to prioritize the things that are the reasons people live here, which is public safety. And I mean, I think this is an amendment. I will second it.
Some more discussion on the floor, but I will carry. We have a motion to second. Ms. Tanner?
Okay, and I'll ask Annie for this. Although it's 300 and some thousand, that's cost allocated, so that will not all go to general fund, correct? I mean, we don't have those figures right now, but that's not all going back to the general fund.
That is correct. The net impact to the general fund is only $1,900.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Seiden?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to amend Councilman Laughlin's motion. I want to add back the $97,000 to the president's office, and then under Public Works, I want to remove that cut to development.
Is there a second on this side's motion to amend the amendment?
So do we have a second on Ms. Seiden's motion? Second by Mr. Phillips to amend the amendment.
I'd like to speak if I could.
Absolutely, Ms. Phillips. Oh, we have Mr. Tanner first in the queue, and then you'd be next, sir.
Ms. Taylor.
Okay.
You said Mr.
Ms. Tanner?
Okay. My understanding is Kathy made a motion. I would like to make, but I don't think I can. Justin's going to slap my hands. I would like to remove this from the agenda because I think it only saves about $1,000 to the general fund. So at this time, I don't see any need for this.
Okay, so we have a lot of activity going on right now. All right, so we had a motion and a second on Mr. Laughlin's amendment. Then Ms. Seiden made an amendment, but it did not get seconded. Mr. Phillips wanted to speak, so I'm going to allow Mr. Phillips to speak before we take any other action.
I thought Pat seconded.
I'm sorry. I think you're right. He did second it.
Well, I did second it. And the reason being is I was looking at on the email I received, and there was a coastal manager position, and some of the money that was secured there, like $10 million in new external funding for the parish. Army Corps of Engineers effort for full federal authorization in 2024 of $5.9 billion that went to the St. Tammany Flood Risk Management Program. Then there was a $4 billion Lake Pontchartrain barrier project. We had 20 active shoreline protection, marsh creation, and reef restoration projects managing over $25 million in GOMSA funds and $6 million in Restore Act funds. I mean, I could go on. Then we get down to the derelict vessels removal. There was 150,000 that was turned into 3 million. I'm thinking that position created a lot of money that would justify the cost of the position. So I can't confirm or deny all these. This is what I sort of picked up on. If anybody in administration can talk to it, I'd like to hear about it.
Would you like the administration to confirm?
If we could confirm it, I'd really like it, you know.
Well, Mr. Paulson is here. Would you like, Mr. President, would you like to, hold on, I got, okay.
Absolutely, thank you. First of all, I was a bit surprised when I received this budget amendment last Friday, just this past Friday, eliminating 5 positions from the administration without any consultation from the proposer, requesting if indeed, if we needed to remove any positions, to get recommendations for that. I stated just a little while ago that we are going to have a hiring freeze on vacant positions, but to answer, and I'll go through each and every one, to answer Councilman Phillips' question about is there any further information regarding that? What he stated is true. The coastal manager position has been instrumental in identifying, working with council members to identify projects for coastal restoration and flood risk reduction along Lake Pontchartrain. Some of those projects are underway right now. Some are in the engineering stages waiting for funding, federal funding. The funding received and the management that he has applied to administering these projects has more than paid for his salary 10 times or more. A critical position in our administration in managing the Go Mesa funding and the projects and working with other projects that benefit our parish. Other positions that work in my administration benefit our citizens parish-wide. They're in the administration that helps us move projects, that helps us run government. And many of these positions even assist council members on a regular basis in addressing citizen concerns and addressing and moving projects forward. So I would simply say that I'd be happy to talk to any council members who feel that personnel are not doing their jobs or anything like that, but I'd be happy to talk to you. But I stand to ask that this budget amendment be withdrawn and not even discussed any further. These are 5 positions that are sorely needed in our administration to serve our citizens.
Okay,
And
thank
I'll
you.
stand behind Councilmember Tanner in withdrawing this.
Thank you, President Cooper. Mr. Kugel?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to clarify real quick with legal, this amendment does not remove positions. It cuts funding and reduces funding. Isn't that correct? From various areas? It does not. That's my understanding of this. So whatever, it's up to the parish presidents to exercise discretion.
Not having been part of the proposed amendments or seeing them, I know how they were characterized on the days.
But this is a reduction of funding. It is not a removal of positions.
Unfunding positions.
And I think that the mandate that the people have given us is to figure out how to reduce costs in government. I mean, this is all I hear all the time, that you have to figure out a way to lower costs, reduce spending, and figure out how to fund public safety. And I understand what Annie's saying about only $1,000 is in the general fund. I'm a little confused about that. That being said, I'm looking to reduce costs because that's what people have told us they want to do.
Okay, I'm going to go to Mr. Laughlin, but Ms. Perkins, I would like you to clarify the effect this has on the general fund, which is the desperate need, the crisis that we're in, so we can fund our judicial system. If you could just re-clarify that one more time. Our criminal court system, I should say. Oh, I'm sorry.
So these positions, 3 of the positions are in departments within the general fund. Okay, you're removing funding from 2 departments in the general fund, and those departments do not have sufficient funding otherwise to cover those positions. So they don't, and the instructions that we received were to remove the budget from salaries. So, those departments do not have budget elsewhere to take the budget from other line items. So they will have to come from salaries. So they would have to remove the positions in order to honor the decrease in the budget. The decrease in the budget, because they are from departments in the general fund, they're the parish president's budget and the chief administrative officer's budget. Those are cost allocation departments. The cost allocation recognizes that these departments provide service to other departments within parish government. And as such, they are then cost allocated to other funds such as the Public Works Fund, the Drainage Maintenance Fund, Utilities, Development, and the cost of those services are then costed out to those funding sources. And so as a result, then the costs from the general fund are allocated then to those funding sources, and the net effect of that is that the cost remaining in the general fund are only $1,900 after that allocation process takes place.
Okay. Mr. Laughlin, thank you. Ms. Perkins.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And first off, I would just like to, I do agree with my colleagues, Seiden and Phillips, and would support their amendment to my amendment. But with all due respect, President Cooper, I do not have to ask your permission or work with you if I'm going to introduce an amendment. And I did not, all I did was make budget cuts, and you basically made my argument for me. Annie, and thank you so much. I'm trying to move $500,000 worth of reductions in our budget, and at the end of the day, the net effect is almost nil on the general fund. Because our budget has been cost allocated 3 ways from Sunday. So I do appreciate the time, and thank y'all.
Okay, Mr. Bender.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me for my laryngitis. I can't seem to get rid of it.
I didn't know that your microphone is working, Mr. Bender.
I didn't do this.
There you go.
There we go. Just so that I think I understand and the public understands. Annie, the funding, as you just explained it, in essence, would have to, the reduction of funding, as described by my colleague, Mr. Laughlin, would have to then reduce the positions, eliminate the positions. Okay. Tell me again which positions would be eliminated.
And you have to turn your pressure button. Okay.
My understanding from the information that I was given was that it was for 1 position in the parish president's office and 2 positions in the chief administrative office, and those were the positions in the general fund. It was also for a position in the development office, in coastal engineering, coastal management, and then a position in the utility group.
So regardless of how, and I'm not picking on my colleague, Mr. Kugel, but regardless of how he explains that, well, it's not a position, it's funding. The fact of the matter is if we go with this, 2 positions are eliminated in 1 department. 1 position is eliminated in another department, and 1 position is eliminated in another department, etc. Is this correct or not? I just don't want the public to be confused, okay? Now, the second question I have, Annie, is that are you saying that if we went along with this amendment, okay, and we understand what that outcome would be, you're saying that the amount of money that would go into the general fund from reducing this funding and positions would be how much?
$1,900.
Okay. And that's because parish government for years has used a cost allocation method.
Yes, that is correct. Because we cannot fund ourselves from the general fund, we use those funds to fund state mandated costs. We would be reducing funding in other funding sources.
Okay, thank you for the explanation.
Finish. Ms. Tanner?
Okay, Annie, and I'm going to be the kind of devil's advocate here. Those budgets are reduced. Can these employees, under President Cooper's guidance, which I would do, can be put in other departments or allocated to other departments based on funding, and we do not gain anything or lose anything? Is that correct?
That's a tough question to answer. That's not something I can answer. It really depends on their capabilities, their job abilities.
But they can be moved around.
Well, previously discussed was that there would be a hiring freeze, so I can't answer the question.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, seeing no other speakers, so we need to vote on Ms. Seiden's amendment to amend Mr. Laughlin's amendment. That is the first and second by Mr. Seiden and Mr. Phillips. Does everybody understand that? Do you want to restate your amendment, Ms. Seiden, please? And I'll turn your microphone on.
I want to
Okay.
add back the $97,000 to the president's office and remove the cuts from development under Public Works.
Does everyone understand?
Everybody understand?
So you're voting on an amendment to amend
Right here.
Mr. Laughlin's amendment. Okay, Mr. Phillips, one more, and then we'll vote. Mr. Phillips?
Okay, I was just referring to the top one there, which, from what I understand, would be the environmental.
No. You're referring to that. It's this
Okay.
one. This is Randy. That's Randy. And that's the president's office.
Okay, so which one has the coastal manager?
Right here.
Is that 100 Public Works Fund, Annie? Okay, that's the one I was referring to. I'm looking at how much money comes in, the billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, or whatever, that's brought in through the different funds there, through the Army Corps of Engineer, St. Tammany Flood Risk Management Project, $4 billion, Lake Pontchartrain Barrier Project. So we'd have to split those up then? Is that?
No, I'm removing both of these. My amendment removes those from his. So no,
Okay.
we're not splitting it up, it's just removing them.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Okay.
So they keep those provisions.
Okay, Mr. Phillips, are you good with the amendment that you seconded?
Well, I was looking at the one position. I didn't realize it was two positions, or two funding sources here that we're looking at here, so.
While you're thinking, I'm going to go to Mr. Bender.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, Ms. Seiden, so that I understand it fully, and I thank Mr. Phillips for making the point about the revenue coming in from the Army Corps, et cetera, okay? In multiple districts, I can only think of right now the two that are in Arthur and my districts, okay, which is derelict boats and so forth. And that's for Mr. Randy Pausina, correct? That
Correct.
handles that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Phillips, your point is we've got a lot more revenue coming in from federal, okay, and state, which for me is important because it gets some of our money that we pay out to federal back into our budgets, okay? So Ms. Seiden, yours is not going to eliminate that, correct? Correct. Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. Phillips?
Yeah, I would have to split them up into two different, if it's removing two.
Okay, let me ask this. Do we have a second on Ms. Siden's amendment by anyone?
Mr. Phillips.
Okay, Mr. Laughlin. Okay. Well, but he takes back his second because he doesn't like the amendment. So Mr. Laughlin is seconding the amendment. Let's vote.
Just so the council
Oh,
understands.
yes, please. Oh, hit it again.
And just so the council understands, under Robert's rules, you're voting on an amendment to the amendment. If this passes, the item is in fact amended as amended. There will not then be a second vote on Mr. Laughlin's amendment as amended. If Ms. Siden's amendment to the amendment fails, there will then have to be a subsequent vote on Mr. Laughlin's proposed original amendment.
Okay, so you vote, and everybody understands? Please vote.
The motion passes with 8 yeas, 5 nays, and 1 absent.
Okay, so now,
Hold on one moment.
will you tell me when?
The item has been amended, so the floor is open to any additional amendments.
Oh, so that item is amended and we're done.
Yes.
Okay.
I have an amendment to
Ms. Tanner?
would like an amendment to remove this ordinance.
You remove the amendment, you mean?
Remove this amendment
To
altogether.
remove the amendment. Okay, a motion to remove the amendment by Ms. Tanner. Do we have a second? It's the motion to remove it. Is that allowed, legal counsel? I mean,
I want to remove the whole
seems maybe...
whole thing. How do I do that, Justin?
Novel questions today. I think you can, in fact.
Oh, to where it now cannot be voted on. It is amended and now
You can in fact go one more round if she wants to do
Turn
a
your
motion to
mic on,
vacate.
Justin.
Oh, I'm sorry. This would be a motion to vacate the immediately preceding amendment. You can have one of these. You cannot keep going round robin. I understand that, but Miss Tanner's motion, if it is seconded, to vacate the amendment just voted upon, would then remove that amendment, and you'd be working again from the first amended item, which was Ms. Tanner's original
the
amendment.
operating budget is still on there, it can be amended again.
Correct.
So I want to remove this ordinance.
No, you want.
You want to remove the amendment?
You would
I want to
move
move the amendment, then can I remove the ordinance?
you want to remove the capital? I mean, you want to remove the operating budget?
No, I want to remove Arthur's ordinance.
That's the amendment.
That's
The amendment.
vacating it. That's what I want to do.
Motion second to remove the amendment that we just voted on. Clear? Hold on, Mr. Laughlin has a discussion, then we need to vote.
No, I just wanted to make a point of order. So Cheryl, in order to make what you're asking for effective, you're going to remove the amended now. Because your original request was to remove it before we amended it. So I think you might need to just say you're going to remove the amended.
Hold on.
Or Justin will tell us, because I'm dizzy.
No. The item has been amended. When Ms. Seiden proposed an amendment to the amendment and it passed, the operating budget was formally amended. There was no going back to the original amendment proposed by you, Mr.
Right.
Laughlin.
Gotcha.
So by vacating what was just voted upon, we will then be working off of an amended operating budget based on Ms. Tanner's original amendment at the beginning of the meeting. And I hope that makes sense.
And
Mr.
Mr. Laughlin's thing is gone.
At that time, yes.
It's going already.
It's gone already. I mean,
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Yes, it would get rid of Ms. Seiden's too.
I want to remove Ms. Seiden's and Mr. Laughlin's. No offense.
And
I
that
want
is
to
what the
remove.
action will do, correct?
correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. All right, Mr. Kugel?
Thanks. So just to be clear, Justin, this is to undo the vote that just passed?
Correct.
Okay, so the next question is, if that happens, can any more amendments be made to the operating budget, or is the well, that's what I was confused, because she kept saying ordinance. So the ordinance is still there available for other amendments? Okay, but this is, to be clear, this is to undo the vote that just
My original
passed?
ordinance is still good.
Okay, so this is to undo the vote that we just did?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Are we clear? Okay, please vote.
To remove.
The motion passes with 8 yeas, 5 nays, and 1 absent.
Okay.
You made one by one person, or each by one person, or?
Hold on, Ms. Cool, hold on.
Hold on.
Just, there was confusion about that. I don't want to speak for someone else, but, so the motion to remove, well, I'm going to make a motion to amend again. I mean, if there was confusion about that, and I just want to clarify with my colleague, Mr. Burke, if there was confusion about that, I'm going to offer an amendment identical to what Kathy just did.
But we just voted on that.
I know, and there was confusion about it, and we voted before that, and it was just voted to be undone, and then now I'm offering one myself. Yeah, so, well, I don't know, but we just undid it. We just undid it. I mean,
Just bear with.
but Arthur's amendment is
I don't see
still,
why you can't offer the amendment.
yeah. I can offer an identical amendment. I'm a different person. But, well, I want to do both.
Hit your microphone.
Let me, if you could get clarification.
I will need to refresh myself on the particular provisions of Robert's rules that govern the same item being voted upon twice or proposition twice in a single meeting. There is usually a layover period, is my understanding, before an identical item can happen, which is why a motion to vacate was different. But if you're proposing the same amendments originally proposed,
So
I believe
I can modify it I can modify it in a minor way and introduce the amendment. Is that correct?
You could, yes.
Okay. So, what do you think? Okay, so that's what they want. Okay, so I have a separate amendment then that I did want to offer for reducing professional services to the council office by $80,000. Basically, let me pull this up, sorry. Am I able to offer that now, Justin? I can't.
This is
Yeah, I can.
Different amendment.
something different.
Different amendment, please.
Yeah. This is something completely different that he's proposing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so there's about $80,000 in professional services I think that we could return to the general fund, or I think it's probably general fund. So some of it is $40,000 to educate the public about home rule charter and the council, $20,000 for a consultant responsible for the council about confirming, appointing to people to commissions and boards. And then finally, $20,000 to educate the public regarding the district-specific projects and initiatives. One of the things, as the public knows, I've been working on, and I appreciate the administration working with me on this, is just a better way for the council to be able to utilize the PIO's office. I think some of these, and that's going to be introduced, the new version in December. I think some of these can be handled through that without the extra cost. So I'll move to remove these $80,000 in professional services.
Hold on, we have Ms. Tanner. We have a motion and a second. Do I acknowledge that? Ms. Tanner?
In my amendment, we took $50,000 out of professional services. I think that was enough. If you want to know the breakdown now, either Annie or Mary May can tell you what would be left after the $50,000. But I think that we need that, and because we do not know what is going to happen, and it will be very hard for this council to get an amendment through, I'm sorry, President Cooper, through administration to add to our budget. So I'd rather see that stay in there. We amended it $50,000. If we don't need it and the council decides we don't need it, then it won't be used.
But it could be moved to something else.
Hold on, Mr. Kugel, hold on, you're not lit up.
But my understanding is it could be moved to something else.
Not without the council knowing it.
Okay, so again, I didn't really hear a response. I mean, I understand your position. I didn't see a justification for spending $20,000 regarding educating the public about district projects and initiatives. We're already going to have the ability to put that out on social media and stuff. I don't see getting spending $20,000 on that.
Are we sure that that's going to happen?
are we sure what's going to happen? It may not, but I'm saying it's.
So if we leave the 20 in there, we may need
Right,
it.
but that is also something we could do later as well, if we decide we need
Well,
that.
I think
Okay, I
it's
mean,
gonna
we're
be-
fine voting. If you want to vote against it, I mean, that's your prerogative.
I do,
Okay.
because I think it's going to be very hard. I do not remember this council at any time adding during the middle of the year to their budget.
Okay.
I
And
think
just
it's
for
going to be
clarity, it
very
doesn't mean
hard
you
to
have
do.
to spend it either. Hold on, we have Mr. Corbin.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that I understand the items that Mr. Councilman Kugel is bringing up. I also understand the ones that Councilman Tenner's defending. I think those are all useful items. Having the ability to educate the public on the Home Rule Charter when that comes up is going to be a very important activity. One of the things that I've heard back, at least from different people, is that we don't do a good job of posting what the boards are, when the board openings are coming up, and what are the qualifications for those various boards. So the $20,000 that's referenced in there is a potential project to go get some resources to be able to put that online. So now our boards can be much cleaner, much clearer online, and then people can apply for them online as opposed to and let us know that they're even interested in participating in that board. I think that goes towards transparency, especially given the number of boards we have that have dedicated taxes. So I appreciate Councilman Kugel's offer, but I'm unfortunately going to have to vote against it.
I would agree. And there's other things that we could want to fund in the future as well with education that could desperately be needed. Ms. Seiden?
I just have one quick question. The 80,000 that we're saving, would the DA be able to use that? So that's
No.
still.
Let's allow Annie to answer that question, because if you would, I think it'd be a no-brainer.
No, because once again, the $80,000 is part of the cost allocation plan. So in the end, you're only saving the general fund about $8,400.
Thank you,
All
Ms.
right,
Perkins.
thank you.
Mr. Phillips? I'm sorry, Ms. Seiden, were you finished?
I just said
Well,
thank you.
I guess the question I have is, we hardly, or I don't even know if we did, I didn't see any money spent to educate the people on when the Home Rule Charter was taking place itself. So if there wasn't any money spent to educate the people when the charter meetings were occurring, I don't see why we should spend money to get the word out. That not that I don't want to get the word out to the public, but what would make the big difference if we're going to spend money to get the results out? We could publish it the same way we did the meeting agendas and that.
Call for a question.
Thank you. We have Mr. Bender, and then we'll go ahead and move on. Mr. Bender?
Yeah, just real quickly. From my perspective, Mr. Phillips, I think that voter turnout has become lower and lower and lower. I think we want to get the voters educated on why they need to go to the polls, and that's all I'll say. Thank you.
I think that's well said, and I think if we do have charter amendments that are going to be proposed to the public, it is very important that we do the best we can to educate them on what the potential changes to basically our Constitution that runs this parish could be. We have a motion and a second.
Mr. Kugel?
Mr. Kugel, one more. Yes.
No, I respect people's opinion on this. I'm focused on cutting costs.
I understand.
Thanks.
I agree with you. Okay, motion and a second. Please vote.
We're voting for his amendment. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
We're voting for what?
To basically cut the council budget by $80,000, I believe. Yay is the cut, no is to leave it the way it is. Clear your mics? Clear your votes, Katrina?
Just revote.
Just revote. You didn't know you could do that? Hold on, you got to hit your button. Mr. Bender, I still don't have your button.
You don't know how to do it. Now press
A
it.
yay is to amend it and reduce the budget. A no is to keep it the same. Ms. Tanner's original, the
I
original
know it's
proposal
from Ms.
that's
Tanner's
existing.
original 50,000.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, does everybody understand? Please vote. All right, that only took an hour.
The motion fails with 10 nays, 3 yays, and 1 absent.
Okay, no more
One
amendments?
moment.
Really? That's on the Capitol. Oh. Okay, the order on Rupa Road has to be operational and capital? hold on.
Because you have to transfer money out of the Public Works fund balance to do it, yes, you do that in the operational budget, and then the capital budget, you identify what project it's for.
Okay, so I have, Ms. Tanner, would you introduce my, hold on, let's keep going.
Okay, we had, as I said prior, we have about, I think, 5.2 in projects. Annie, would you like, and most of, like I said, there was 2 districts that did not have any priority or critical projects, and they were gracious enough not to want to put anything in. And if you would read what we have now, and these are somewhere around 500,000 on down, I think, other than Mr. Phillips, if you'll read that list that's now in the original amendment, in the amendment we're going for now, or whatever we're doing, I don't know.
Yes, so in the original operating amendment, which was AA, we amended that to transfer funds to capital for the following projects. The traffic calming program, which is parish-wide, $250,000. Pinecrest Drive, District 1, $500,000. Perry Road, District 3, $500,000. Tammany Trace Bridge number 24, District 5, $210,000. Ethel Drive, District 6, $145,000. Green Street, District 6, $210,000. North Pontchartrain Area Drainage, District 7, $250,000. Hidden Pines Subdivision Drainage, District 7, $250,000. Chantilly Loop, District 8, $300,000. Crossgates Boulevard, District 9, $520,000. Mandeville Annex Turning Radii, District 10, $275,000. Fire Tower Road, District 11, $495,000. DeSoto Street, District 12, $510,000. Abney Country Air Subdivision Drainage, District 13, $500,000. North 9th Street, District 14, $225,000. East Pearl River Street, District 14, $120,000. That's all for a total of $5,260,000.
Okay, let's go back to District 6. I thought that was not District 5. Was that the lateral, DeVille lateral?
We're currently working on that project.
Okay.
So we didn't need to do anything else with that project. Okay. So instead of putting anything else on that, that's where we were going to add in funds for Tammany Trace Bridge number 24.
Is that okay with you?
Where's Tammany Trace Bridge?
In your district?
Should still be in District 5.
Yes, it's still in District 5.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's as the amendment stands right now. Now,
Yes.
have we voted on this?
Yes, we voted on that.
Okay.
The only thing we had to talk about was the additional one in District 7.
Okay.
Did you want to introduce that one? And I'll talk about it.
I can introduce it. It's for drainage, I believe.
It's for a road.
It's for a road.
Ordorn
Okay, so-
Rupert Road. Okay, the only thing I wanted to tell the council is that for some reason, District 7 has a disproportionate amount of roads in a critical condition. I've sent you all the list. I mean, at this pace, to get all the critical roads done with this funding, it would probably be till 2040. So I'm asking to add one additional road. The total amount for the road is $930,000. I would please hope that you would support that and support the people of St. Tammany Parish with this amendment. We do have funds in the capital budget to handle it. Is there any more discussion? Oh, hold on, we have Mr. Rowling.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one clarification, Ms. Tanner. I knew exactly what you were saying about District 2 and District 4, but both of our districts did have things on there that were already approved for the money and the funding. So our wish list that we had at the beginning of the year and last year have been funded. So District 2 and District 4 will have projects rolling forward. We just wanted to make that clarification. So we just didn't add anything to the list, is all it was.
Right, because you have your main...
Everything is funded. That is correct.
My wish is to be like you all. And
Yes,
have all
thank
my
you.
funding. I'm not even close to that.
All right,
Mr. Kugel.
thank you.
Real quick, Jay, can I ask you a question? Just a little bit more detail about Mr. Impasado, the level, the amount of roads compared to other districts and such. What is the category? It's called critical, or was that a actual term in a critical situation? If you could speak to that, what he just mentioned.
Condition.
Critical condition. Sorry.
The roads
in District 7.
Yeah, there are a lot of roads in District 7 that they're longer roads, maybe lower density, but there's a lot of road miles in District 7. Yes.
More of them are in critical condition than some of the other districts?
They do, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hold on, we have Mr. Strickland. Mr. Strickland?
Yeah, I was just, I had some critical roads in my district also, and is it any less than District 7, District 14? There are some that I have but I was just kind of compensating for everybody to get a portion of the funding. So, but if there's any available, I'd just like to know.
Any?
District 14.
If I can, I tried when we did this, and Annie and Mary, again, like I said, we worked on this Saturday. I think Sunday you were taxed. Mm-hmm. Some of the department heads had to be taxed for this. But we tried to keep it under 500,000 for
Correct.
This, adding to this. And all, that's a council decision. I think what would this bring District 7 up to? I think he already has 500,000 in his.
Yes.
So this would be another
930.
930,000. That is a council decision.
I would tell you that when I rode my district, the gentlemen that were in Public Works that we rode with and look at it said there's an overwhelming amount greater of critical roads in District 7 compared to the other districts. I just wanted to make sure you understood that. And this road is in deplorable condition, as well as several others that I don't think I'll ever be here to see them done. Hold on, we have Mr. Bender.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I understand the problem in District 7 and District 14. Putting those aside for a second, you know, we've done for the years I've been here this combination of miles of roads, not including any of us that have city roads, because obviously those cities are paying for their own roads. So it's miles of roads and population. And it's designed to try to keep our roads built up. I think all of us have some roads that we're just never able to get to when they're needed, okay? I certainly have empathy for Councilman Impostata and Councilman Strickland, that apparently they have quite a few. I would simply like to say to my colleagues that I think that while this may very well get approved, we have to stay to a plan for future years, because there's always going to be roads in multiple districts that don't get done when they need to get done. And I think if we ask Jay to come up here and say, I will ask you to come up. Jay, not trying to put words in your mouth, is it fair to say that every district's roads don't all get done when they need to get done?
No, that's correct. And I think you were kind of making a good point. We always have roads that we try and prioritize to do projects in everybody's district. I think at the end of the day, there's always additional roads that we'd like to get done, but that's just not always the case that happens.
Yeah. So it's the plan we've used with mileage and a population has worked well, but it's certainly not perfect. We just don't have the money to make it perfect. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Bender. Mr. Laughlin.
Mr. Impastato, I support you in your advocating for your district, and I can tell you, prior to you getting elected, there was portions of your current district that were in mine. I can attest that the roads are in bad shape, and I fully support what you're doing. I just think it's rather ironic that we're trying to find $900,000 to fix a road when we collect $90 million in road taxes. So kudos to you for doing it, but I think it's really odd that we're having trouble finding this money to pay for it.
It is a lot, and I understand that we have a system, but look, this road, again, is deplorable, and there's tons of them, and there is no other district in St. Tammany Parish that has this quantity of roads that are in this poor of condition. So it's the right thing to do. We have the money to fix the problem. The people who pay the taxes to fix the problem. I please would hope you support it. And thank you, Mr. Laughlin. So, Brian.
I wanted to ask, would this be to the point where you would consider it as a safety hazard also?
I don't want to exaggerate, but I mean, it is full of potholes and it's in horrible condition. But
Okay. And Jay, what percentage of roads, just guesstimate, would you feel that is in the same type of condition as his? But I will say one point he's making, we collect this money, we need to spend it and fix roads. But
I don't know the percentage of roads that are in the same condition as the road that we're talking about here.
I would love to see an updated list of those that are that level of severity, just at y'all earliest convenience. I know you can't produce it today, but I'd like to see that soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Mr. Phillips, and y'all, we do have a meeting in here in 15 minutes, and we still have stuff to do.
Hey, Jay. Is this a heavily trafficked corridor? Is there a lot of traffic on this road? I mean, some like 190s are real heavy.
No, it's not the same type of road as Highway 190.
Right, I'm just trying to get
a lower volume road. Most of our parish roads are low volume roads.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, is it like you get one car a day, which would be kind of? I know that's a silly comment, but
I don't know, Councilman Impastato, if you know the volume of traffic, you would say.
It's not a high volume road, but I mean, it gets way more than one car per day. I mean, there's probably 30 or 40 residences live on a road. It's an exceptionally long road, but it's in awful condition. And to get it done in 2027, it's on a 5-year plan, I believe, but I mean, we're looking at like 27 or 28. It's just not acceptable. We have a lot more lights, but we do have a lot of business left to do. Ms. Tanner?
Would you consider taking off the 2 you have now for $500,000 to put this one on?
No, because those are drainage projects that are critical. I mean, we have, look, I don't know why the district has been so, has gotten so little attention. And I'm not trying to bring attention to that fact, but it just has. I can't change that. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be done. People have paid taxes to get those things done. We have needs. Those drainage projects are just the beginning of survey work that will probably take years to come in the future before the actual project is accomplished. Pontchartrain Road is terrible. Hidden Pines has awful drainage problems. I mean, we need to start finding solutions for the people, so I would prefer not to do that. I was amenable to doing half the road this year. I thought that would at least give them some satisfaction, but Daniel from engineering said that it really is not the best practice to do half the road than half the following year. But we have the money. The money is in the budget.
I think my concern is that we were kind of going on 500,000 or less.
I know, but I think the problem with that is that every district is not the same. I wish my district didn't have all these needs. I truly wish it was more like a district. Everything was done. I didn't have to hear the calls and hear the complaints and drive through the district and see the roads that are in that condition and see the drainage problems. I really wish that was the case, but it's not. It's just not. So, I mean, look, they have some more people that want to talk. I think.
Go ahead.
I don't know how much other debate we can do about this. Mr. Kugel.
Sorry, just real quick, I don't know who could clarify. So that you said you're amenable to going to 500,000 possibly, but is it understanding that that's 500,000 plus 500,000? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yes, it would be 500,000 to do half the road.
No, but there's another 500,000.
You already approved in Councilman Tanner's for his other 2 projects with another 500,000.
But that's drainage or?
It's survey work on 2 drainage.
So that is not
areas
roads.
It has nothing to do with this. Separate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Corbin.
Yeah, just a couple of comments. And flipping through the capital improvement plan for 2026 to 2030, District 7 is one of the highest. District 2 is in the same category, and District 14 is in the same category already. So in terms of the funding provided for 2026, it's already at one of the highest levels, and spread over the 5 years, it's in the same category. So I believe that there's been a concerted effort to try to focus on some
I
of
think
the
that's
things.
based on mileage, Mr. Corbin. I would really ask you to go look through the list of the roads that I emailed you earlier today and see all the critical roads that are in District 7. I'll please ask you to do that. I understand it gets a lot because it has a lot of roads in general. So does District 14 and so does District 2. But this district has a lot of roads that are in deplorable condition. Ms. Tanner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Mr. Strickland.
Yes, and that, I have the same thing because my district is probably one of the most spread out, and I'm getting these same calls, but I have to try to make a decision on what I can use with what I'm given. So I would love to be able to do those roads that I'm getting called about immensely, but if the funding's not there, I got to do what I have to use what I got.
I understand. Look, I think we've debated it. The money is there. I understand it looks like District 7 is getting more, but I promise you, clearly it has gotten less. It has gotten less for a very long period of time. So I ask that you please support Mr. Phillips.
Yeah, I think, Joe, you should go for either the drainage or that road. I would support one or the other, not both.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Okay, there's a motion to second. Oh. Okay, please vote. I feel good on this one. Okay, good effort. Okay.
The motion passes with 8 yeas, 4 nays, 1 abstention, and 1 absent.
Thank you very much. We have one comment from legal counsel.
Okay. I need to circle back briefly based on a rather quirky provision of Robert's rules related to Ms. Tanner's motion to vacate, which is properly termed a motion to reconsider Ms. Seiden's amendment to the operating budget. Someone who originally voted yes on the amendment needs to make the motion to reconsider. A person who voted nay can second, and then a majority vote is all that's required to reconsider and withdraw the amendments. Ultimately, it passed by a majority vote. Presumably, someone who voted yes originally to Ms. Seiden's amendment voted yes to reconsider and withdraw. But there is a procedural defect there. So if any, which effectively moots out the motion to reconsider. However, someone can move again to properly reconsider Ms. Seiden's amendment. It would have to be someone who originally voted yes to Ms. Seiden's amendment.
I believe I did.
All right, so we have, yep.
He voted yes on Ms. Seiden?
I did.
Okay.
I believe, I would double check it.
I don't have him as a nay.
But we know Ms. Seiden voted yes on Ms. Seiden's amendment. So.
You can move to reconsider if you'd like, Ms. Seiden. Okay. Do we have we have a proper motion to reconsider on the table. Is there a second?
So what is that, assuming this passes, then we have to vote on her amendment again?
No. If this passes, her amendment's gone.
So this would be,
I think since we know the amendment was voted down, we just, wait, hold on, please. I think since we know that the amendment was voted down, we just need to do this procedurally so we can get through it. So let's please say it again. Let's please do this and get through the meeting.
Would one of the, is a council member who originally voted yay for Ms. Seiden's amendment and ultimately voted yay on Ms. Tanner's motion to reconsider, willing to make a motion to reconsider Ms. Seiden's amendment?
can we ask Katrina to say the yes votes?
No,
only on the one, to know who is eligible to do this.
No. Someone who voted yes on your amendment needs to make the motion to reconsider.
I would need to go back and check the tape.
I did. Can I make a motion?
You voted yes? You can make the.
I move. I know I did for sure. So, second, Mr. Corbin.
So, you are now. And I apologize for the confusion. I had to bust out the big copy of Robert's Rules to double check myself. Correct.
A yes vote?
A yes vote will vacate Ms. Seiden's amendment. Correct.
So did we finish after that?
No, you still have the capital projects budget to go
And we have a time limit. We're finished on
Oh, we're
that.
finished with that amendment,
Yes. Just a procedural error. We're cleaning up.
So if we vote yes, it
It keeps it the way it is.
You're voting, anyone who voted yes for your original, who wants the same result, should vote yes to this vote.
So you ready to vote?
Please vote. Yeah, we had a motion second. Motion by me, second by Mr. Corbin.
No, I don't want any confusion. If you vote yes to this, Ms. Seiden's amendment is withdrawn to the operating budget. If you vote no to this, Ms. Seiden's amendment stays on the record. Yes, Mr. Laughlin.
Could you further elaborate?
Press your light.
So, Pat, Kathy's amendment replaced mine. Okay? So now Cheryl is voting to remove Kathy's.
We already did that.
We're just
but
going to do it procedurally.
We have to do it procedurally correct, Mr. Bender.
All right, so just to double check, can Joe make a motion since he's chair?
Yeah.
I need to double check. I would have to double check your home rule charter and code of ordinances, but I believe the answer is likely yes. If you want me to double check right now, I will.
Is there any way to verify?
Yeah, nothing's going to change.
No? Okay.
Oh, Mr. Bender.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman. So if there's any question about whether the chairman can make the motion, I voted yes also on Ms. Seiden's original, okay? If that helps the situation.
If you want to make the motion, Mr. Bender, that would clarify and make everything square.
But before I hit yay, okay, what am I doing?
A vote yay will remove Ms. Seiden's amendment and the issue will be finally resolved.
Okay. Does everybody understand if we vote nay, we're back in the same boat again?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll vote yay.
Okay, everybody must understand, please vote.
I think everybody's voted. Has everybody voted?
You're voting nay for.
Mr. Burke, what was your vote? With a verbal yay from Mr. Burke, the motion passes with 8 yays, 5 nays, and 1 absent.
I'm going to have to kill you. All right, we done with this? We move on?
Let me
Tell me when.
write down these votes.
Madam Clerk. It better be.
All right. I'm done. I'm finished.
Okay, number 2 is ordinance count number 7964, ordinance to establish the 2026 through 2030 capital improvement budget. What?
Two things. You didn't ever make a motion to actually introduce the budget, and you haven't made the amendments to the capital budget.
You are correct.
Thank you.
God dang it, Justin. Okay, we get a motion, second to introduce the budget, Ms. Tanner.
I make a motion.
Second by Ms. Sodden.
Well, he was reading the capital one right now.
Okay, now we're moving on to the capital budget, Mary. That was all we had to do was introduce the ordinance, correct? Okay. Number 2 is ordinance count number 7964, ordinance to establish 2026 to 2030 capital improvement budget and capital assets. Ms. Tanner.
Okay. I think.
Press your light.
I make the amendment with adding, that's the same except for adding what they voted on a while ago, which was Joe's District 7.
So we just do it all
Correct.
at once.
Yes. Can I do
Motion?
that?
Yes. Justin, of course you can. Motion, Ms. Tanner, second by Mr. Corbin. Please vote. On the amendments. Oh, we already voted. I didn't know, Mr. Henderson. Mr. Henderson, would you like to speak before we introduce the budget? You have 3 minutes. Please state your name and proceed, sir.
The motion is unanimous with one absent.
Mike Henderson, just one observation on the capital assets part of the capital projects and capital assets budget. I saw numerous replacements of laptop computers throughout various departments, and the standard comment was out of warranty, and the replacement cost ranged from $2,800 to $3,200. And my experience with laptops is that you can get them for $400 or $500 unless it's a super high-tech gaming computer. So I don't know if the out of warranty means it's 1 year out of warranty, the standard factory, or is it a extended warranty that's being purchased that accounts for the $3,000 price. And if that's the case, I would recommend not buying warranties because I don't think they're worthwhile. That's my only observation on that.
Thank you. Ms. Tanner?
I think I need to call on Mr. Black to answer that because I think we have a yearly replacement program and rotate those, is my understanding.
Sorry.
Take your time, Mr. Black.
Went a little longer than I thought. I had to get a snack. So these laptops, we have a 5-year replacement program for the laptops. They remain under support. Part of this support contract basically ensures we don't have to repair them and maintain parts on the side. Dell just comes in and repairs the devices as they break if there's a problem during that support period. These are not your standard laptops. These are laptops that are business class laptops. They're a little sturdier. They have some memory. The engineer and some of the people have hiring requirements. We have two. We have a standard laptop, which goes to most employees. We have a higher end laptop. So these are not the same laptops you see at your house, but we do maintain them for 5 years.
Okay, Mr. Laughlin?
Grant, I'd just like to say thanks for your service, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed being here.
We have to make sure we do that formally at the regular council meeting. I hope, will you still be here for the regular? You won't? We will miss you, Grant. You've done a fantastic job.
I appreciate that.
And
it's been a pleasure to work with the council, administration, the directors. I mean, it's a great group of people here that are all dedicated to the citizens of St. Tammany. It's an honor to work here.
Still staying in Slidell, though, right?
I'll still be in Slidell.
Okay.
I just think it's funny you're still making me change my password before you leave.
Cybersecurity protocols.
Mr. Bender.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Grant, you've done a fabulous job, like everybody else has said. My understanding is this was a job you couldn't turn down.
It's a great opportunity for me and my family. It's going to be vice president of an IT company located in Louisiana.
It's wonderful. So do you make loans now?
It's a great opportunity, but it's just one of these things. I think based on the opportunities you guys have given me here, from the council, the administration, it's really shined. St. Tammany is at this point, from an IT perspective, we're just doing things the right way. We have a great team back there. We have a great team all around, but the IT team specifically has really performed well. We've been recognized internationally by ESRI, the GIS group. I was IT leader of the year in 2023. That's not something for me, that's really the team. I just kind of manage the team. This is a great group of individuals you have here.
Well, seriously, we'll miss you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, Ms. O'Brien, then we need to move this along.
Grant, stay in St. Tammany?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, was just curious. Good luck to you. You deserve it.
Thank you very much.
Job well done.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Tanner, do you have a motion to introduce the capital budget?
Yes.
Second by Ms. Seiden. Okay. All right, next we have a resolution, Council Series number C-7220, resolution to approve recommendations and authorize Civil Division Assistant District Attorney to proceed with the settlement of a claim entitled Claim Number 04D90C731345. Greg Crow, date of incident, September 21st, 2004. We have a motion? Motion, Ms. Tanner, second by Mr. Rowling. We have Mr. Kugel.
Legal, just please quickly, could you just summarize this?
We have Mr.
If there are any questions, we do
Right.
an executive session item that we can
Correct.
vote on the resolution to enter into executive session.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
Let's go into executive session, unless you don't have a question.
I will have to leave because I have a 6 o'clock meeting for the water thing, but no, I didn't have anything else. Water meeting.
Okay. I'm good with, any other discussion? Okay, please vote.
The motion is unanimous with 2 absent.
Okay, can I get a motion to remove the executive session from the agenda? Motion, Mr. Corbett, second by Mr. Laughlin. Please vote. Well, Justin's a stickler for all those rules.
Everybody, please
Do we need a
vote.
motion to adjourn too? Huh? Mr. Robert Rules?
I make a motion to adjourn.